I used to be a competitive dancer traveling around the States in college. Something happened and I can't even vibe in the club anymore. I just lost my ability to dance freely. What do you think I can do about this? Sorry for the ambiguity. From Jay.
Social dance.
I think it starts with who are you surrounding yourself with? Because sometimes, I don't know what you experienced, but did your friends also experience it with you? And maybe it's a whole energy kind of thing you guys are holding on to. Then once you figure that out, I feel like, I don't know. I just think it has something to do with who you're surrounding in your environment. You know, what clubs were you attending before? And if you have like something with that type of vibe that club was going or whatever it is, why not try something new? Mm-hmm. A new type of environment, like if it was like one of those clubs, why don't you try?
I'm from Jersey.
A salsa I don't know.
I love this song.
But I think it starts with who are you with? Mm-hmm. Then I can't really answer that question fully because who are you with is my question to your question.
It's not
That's
us.
It's also like what happened. Because it could be like a serious injury, like broken your leg in 5 different spots or something like that. Conor McGregor yourself or something. And then you can't really physically get back into it.
Wow. Too soon.
Hey,
I get beat up.
Conor McGregor's leg says, I'm taking the L.
Damn. Literally, the L.
We go either answer that question from Rosie's point of view with like energy-wise, or is it physical? It's it's really open-ended with that question. Because if it's physical, it's also just getting your motivation of getting your strength back in your legs and all that stuff.
Jay,
I can see it.
by the sounds of it, it sounds like it's not physical for me. So I would like to say explore, and it may be tough, but you kind of have to work through it on what happened. Because no one experienced what you experienced. That's the funny thing is that if something happened right here in front of us right now, and we both watched what happened right here, we're going to have similar but different experiences. Why? Because we didn't live the same life. So something to me might not mean anything at all to him and vice versa. So you might have been alone or you might have been with other people, but your experience is unique. So in order for you to get your groove back. Yeah. Let Stella get her groove back. You got to work through what happened. And if you've been dancing as a competitive dancer forever, then that means dance is your passion, or at least one of them. So it sounds cheesy, but to get through it, you got to dance through it. Right. Mm-hmm. So it may not be the vibe at a club that you're going to be like, oh yeah, kind of like Rosie said, right? You might not be like, oh, there's a hip hop section, I'm going to dance through it. And you're just like dancing in the rain, like, you got surf style. But maybe it is putting like a vibey, emotional song on. Maybe it's, experiencing movement rather than dancing, right? So maybe just kind of let your body move a bit and work through whatever happened. And it may be really tough, and I challenge you to do this. Talk through it. I said this before. I was in an abusive relationship for a while, years ago, and I never accepted it until I spoke it. Mm-hmm. Like it happened to me and I was just like, well, it happened. That sucked. Okay, moving on. And then a couple years later, I was like, the ability to finally say like, yeah, I was in an abusive relationship. They did this to me and this happened. And oh yeah, I forgot this happened. Damn, this happened too. And this happened. And everybody was like, what? You didn't tell. We've known you for years. You've never said anything. And I was like, yeah, I just kind of kept it to myself. And then the story became easier to tell rather than me saying this and this. It was like, yeah, this happened. And let me tell you about this. So it sucked. It took me some years, but I'm able to do this now and have a whole, podcast about my experience. I challenge you to talk out and dance out what happened. It'll help.
Yeah.
I got going. One thing that could actually help is if you go check out our dance tutorials, and those will definitely help you get some moving going.
Nice plug and call to
That's
action.
not a plug. He's being real.
Yeah. Well, there's a funny saying that I remember hearing. I learned how to dance to forget how to dance. Like we learned choreography, we learned all these moves, but then you go to a club environment where there is no structure. It's like I can't 6-step or top rock against anyone, you know.
Or can you?
Well, that's a different type of environment, but I think it goes off with what Rosie's saying is like who you're surrounding yourself with, because it's different. Like we're like freestyle dancers. It's easier for us to just get down and just start dancing when we surround ourselves with dancers who are in the same kind of like headspace. If you're going to go out on a kind of a club environment, don't expect that kind of thing. But it's a matter of, I think, there's this thing my friend told me back in 2006 when I was super afraid to get into ciphers and break and jams, and she just straight up said, "You're never gonna get down if you don't get down." So, so it just like, so yeah, they said that to you too. Yeah.
What do you expect? You gotta go in. You're gonna go in. It's like, oh, you're right.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, just it's the hard. Yeah,
that way.
you just gotta let go of the self judgment and embrace the suck and the awkward, because then, you know, there's also another saying I was taught, like, the only way out of hell is through it. So you just gotta keep one step at a time. Eventually you just let go of that judging mind, and you find your groove. You know, you gotta make your moves to find your groove, and there you go.
I might argue.
Hey, give us one more second.
You gotta argue? All right.
Well, we got to argue alert. At least you're trying. That's tight. I wouldn't discredit the viability of stepping away for a little bit.
Ooh.
If you're meant to be in that space, or if the space calls you back, like you'll feel it later on. It doesn't. You don't have to force it.
That's true too.
It's, so much now.
Yeah, that's true. There's a saying from Leonardo da Vinci. He says every once in a while, go take a vacation or go away. That way, when you come back from it, yeah, like he says, every once in a while. I'm making it modern, but like he says, every once in a while, step away, and therefore, so when you come back to it, the problem or whatever it is you're experiencing seems smaller. So that's why timeouts, taking a break.
Avoid my problems.
Like,
So-
yeah, Da Vinci said like something like go to Airbnbs or something and take it. I think something like that.
Right?
Yeah,
All that. I think Michael Jackson.
Oh,
Or Donatello, one of those.
okay.
Go to Airbnb.
Shut up.
I mean,
Next.
yeah, Da Vinci said that.
Hey, you got some knowledge on it, man.
He ain't just a fan.
Jay, if you're watching and you want like someone to talk to, message me.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
I also think, just for what last minute thought just came through, kind of we can't have this expectation that the dance community or just dance in general is just going to be all fun all the time. I feel like we can tend to have these expectations like, yeah, dance, yeah, it's great, and all that stuff. And I feel like to be realistic, it's not always going to be fun to go through. You know, you're going to have the hard times. And I feel like once you accept that reality, like, yeah, this wasn't so fun at this time, but at this point it was fun, you know? So I think it's just a matter of what is the expectation you are having on this dance that you are going through, and kind of evaluate on that as well, because I know like there's so many, especially young dancers, they get like, yeah, I'm gonna go to these studios, I'm gonna get on camera, we're gonna do all this stuff, and then
Oh my God,
reality
they say
hits, and
that.
it's just
I
not,
said that.
it's just not the way it goes down a lot of times, unfortunately.
True.
And it's a big reality hit on them.
Yeah. In short, do it or quit.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, there's plenty of other things.